Hi, everybody, and welcome to Friday. It is Under the Tree Forum, and I'm Melanie, and of course, Tony is here with me.
Tony.
And we are so delighted that you have joined us once again. As you can notice, our stage, our setting has changed. We're indoors because of the rain. We are so happy to be here again. And as always, Tony's going to bring you in the news. And from there, we will begin to look at our topic, which is sweethearting in the Bahamas. And at this time, he's going to bring you in the news and we will continue.
I'm trying to. In the news?
In the news.
Oh,
What happened in the news this week?
Okay.
What are the highlights?
Was excited. Yeah, boy, in the news, we had so many news. What's going on, PMH? PMH?
In the news.
It's in the news. PMH, what's going on? The babies are dying. People are dying. You go into the PMH and you come out as a stiff, Melanie.
Well, I can only say that that's a part of life. Death and dying
It's
is one of the things that we must accept. However, I'm not always ready to follow and jump on the bandwagon because, as with everything in life, there's always two sides to every story. I'm sorry.
Babies dying in Princess Margaret, you can tell me that's in the news.
It is in the news. And we will follow the news.
Let me bring my crystal ball. Go ahead. In the news, the hotel is going to open. No, it's not.
No.
Let's use my crystal ball. What day will open, you think? Minister says it's opening October. Let me see about I say February next year. Crystal ball looking good. Oh, really in the news. Folks, did you hear about a marijuana farm and guns? And the court and the judge say, oh, I give you a slap on this. Let's see. If that were a black person, they would have gone to jail. Selective. Okay, folks. There, last but least in the news.
Last but not least, we hope.
I hope last but least. I read a piece on we promised $1 billion, but we only received what? 150,000. He shot.
Who promised us that?
Somebody. Let's go to the crystal ball and see what happens. Oh, it's missing. Wow, think we'll ever get it? But that's in the news, folks. Tony style.
Oh my goodness. Well.
Yeah, So folks, this is my segment.
Yes, it
and
is.
This is the one I love. Thank you. We back here in the yard, but it rained. So Melanie came up with this great idea that we would bring under the tree to the tree in the house. So he's still under the tree.
Yeah.
So amazing. We under the tree.
And as always, he has some Bahamian something to share with you.
Yeah, because the rain is outside. So I went outside, and folks, in the yard, we get cold coconut. I tried them red. They're so sweet. This yard, you won't believe it. You can live and eat off this yard. You don't need no peas and rice and chicken. We got it all in this yard.
All the healthy stuff.
All the healthy stuff. you name it. Folks, I'm going to bring something to you in the next couple of days. It'll be dynamite. You're going to love this. You know, bush medicine.
And we got a piece right
And you
here.
got a piece right. This is what they call the croton. And this is good for the cold. To bring up the cough and the cold. So we can have a bush day. And you could come on by and taste Melanie nice
What?
bush tea. Melanie nice, what that thing you make? What's that thing you run on the wine?
Oh, the passion fruit.
The passion fruit.
Yes.
So we'd be good.
Yes.
And do you like our little setting today on the tree? Yeah, give a
Yes,
comment. Let me know.
yes.
This, I think this might be our permanent site, you know, because no sun, I ain't wiping my face. I think we better make this, we better create our tree. So Melanie, gold coconut.
Yes. And
I must,
croton.
and croton. I'm going to put this aside. I must tell you, I have a shout out. I have to give due a due. You know, we talk about PMH, but in this corona time, we must give credit to these nurses who busting their butt. So I want to salute, you know, I only salute good things and when it happens. I want to salute the nurses at PMH and South Beach and
Yeah, the South Beach Health Care
and what's the next
Center.
place?
The Doctor's Hospital.
Doctor's Hospital. Reasons I salute all of y'all.
Yes.
Great job y'all have done.
Yes.
Hard working, nice. Continue to keep the work up.
I think we should
Salute
also
them.
salute those persons that are complying, that are working with the Prime Minister and his team in
I don't do
keeping
politics.
the
That's our thing.
COVID.
I don't.
It's not politics. It's the Bahamian people. We're saying thank you for your practices of social distancing and wearing
Oh, you mean the
your
Bahamian
mask.
people?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you
The
talking about.
public, the general public.
Oh.
Our numbers are going up, but we are happy that more
Those are true
persons.
numbers.
I think they
I
are.
think they're numbers from last month.
No,
They're just coming out slowly.
They're just coming.
They're coming out
Well,
slowly.
you know, sometimes the wheels of statistics does turn slowly because they don't want to do false reporting. But if they come in, I think that they are reflective of what have happened, whether it was the day before. But I know one day there were no new cases reported, and then of course the next day it was quite a big. But we're crouching on the 2,000 mark. Was it the 3,000 mark?
I think it's 3,000.
The 3,000 mark, and that's a bit scary.
Someone's
And we
got to
want to
die.
say hi. I see Sophie Church has joined us, and we also want to say thank
Hi,
you,
Miss Choice.
Miss Church.
Church.
Yes.
I love you, Miss Church.
And of course, to our pre-show participants who respond to us in our Your 5 Cents segment, we put out a number of questions, quizzes that are centered around the topic that we are discussing. And we are very pleased. The numbers were a bit down this week, maybe because persons are back to work, but we know we've been looking at the why and who, and also what would you do? And of course, we're looking at who sweethearts. Why do they sweetheart? And what is the response of the other party when it comes to it? And with that being said, Marcia in Jamaica, Jen Fernanda Roll right here in Nassau, of course, Latoya Alexandria McCrae in Florida. We want to say thank you to Yolanda, who is following us
Thank
all
you.
the time. Thank you so much. And for all of those that are in our followers listing, and of course those I've seen that there have been so many viewers, and we really appreciate the viewing. And of course Tony can tell you about his on the street encounters with persons that have watched segments of the show or the forum.
Every day, somebody think I am also now this savior of relationship, but no, I'm not. When we created this show to help along and help to build healthy relationship.
Yes. Yes.
And so our job is to just put it out there,
yeah.
share
Talk
it,
about it. The
talk
naked
about
truth.
the naked truth.
Telling you what it is.
Because a lot of shows don't tell the truth.
Right.
They
have to be conservative.
They have to be conservative because of their rules and that. But
Mm-hmm.
we tell it like it is here. And if you are not ready to hear it like it is, go home. This is not your show.
Yeah.
This is real talk 242. You can choose
In the
real talk
242.
in the 242. And
Naked truth in the 242.
the naked truth in the 242.
Yeah.
And you know, it's amazing. People stop you on the road with all this. It says, like, no one they say, nah, Mr. Williams, what you can talk about this week? I said, you put it out there. I say, sweetheart, oh, geez, Mr. Williams, now take it easy because I know you go. Say, Mel, I said, like, calm you down. so, folks, if you want the real truth, check this out.
Yeah.
And
we will also want to encourage those of you that view the show that are not followers on our page. Oftentimes you may be commenting, but because you're not a follower, our setting does not facilitate us being able to see you. So you might be reaching out to us as the program is being carried live, but we're not able to see until after the recording. So do us a favor and just follow Under the Tree Chat and come on board so that we would be able to dialogue, because in all honesty, this forum was supposed to be inclusive of other persons, but because of COVID and the social distancing, we can only do it between the two of us. And of course, with us coming from two different home environments, we are still social distancing and aligning ourselves in a way that there is reduced risk of us contaminating each other. I'm home full time, so I don't really interact with the public like that since February. Can you believe it? But Tony is out still doing his work, and of course he has to travel back home to his family. So we try to keep things above board when it comes to the control of the coronavirus and us not becoming infected. So, and our families. So yes, Tony, let's get started on this topic.
Yeah, really? You want to talk about this?
Well, I'm sure our listening audience, Sophie, you ready, right? I know you are. I don't see Jason today, but
he be there. Trust me, he done call. Jason got to put his 5 cents in. Give me a hard time, but
yeah,
two man and same sex, and he give me all that. But that's all right. Jason be all right, and Tish, they'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, but like I say, we can start on.
So we talk about who cheats most, male or female. The feedback that we got online says the men do. Now I know last week when we were talking, Jason, or was it Sophie, who said that the men just get caught more? I think it might have been Jason.
Yeah.
But Tony's definitely sold out to the fact that who cheats more?
Women, 100% more. They sharper, they smarter, and they smoother.
Razor's
They
edge.
go underground. They will make. See, before, let me set the space. Let me get, folks. You know I gotta tell it. There is some folks. See, I know we're gonna come from the biblical background with this,
Okay.
sweetheart, but ain't everybody are Christians, so we have to include everybody. Right?
Yeah, and I think
So
if
we
take
understand.
it from the relational perspective,
So
it would incorporate both the Christians and the non-Christians.
Right, because sweetheart doesn't just be sweetheart in marriages. Sweetheart.
Oh, now you see, that's good that
Sweetheart,
you are setting the precedent, so you don't have to be married to have a sweetheart.
I can have a common law wife.
Oh, okay.
And I can have I can live with a woman who's not my wife. So all of these things, when you talk about
sweetheart, and it's having a steady relationship
on the side,
and having a relationship with someone else.
So sweetheart, it ain't just, and you can just take it from the biblical term, because a lot of people ain't really Christians. I say this all the time. So let me set the ground rules for you. before you try to kill me, you know you're go.
Sophie already say man cheat more. Right there on
Sophie,
the
I can
screen.
Sophie, I can fix that. You ain't gotta worry about that. I can fix you that right now. But listen to this. This is where you gotta go. Why woman or man, sweetheart?
Okay, so
Most let's talk about woman first. See,
okay, because you are
Yeah.
convinced that
Yeah.
women cheat more. Let's say
Woman,
what's the
all
reason
the
why?
story women give you because they see that because they ain't getting the love and this and that. That's foolishness.
Men are selfish.
Woman, all that is foolishness. Let me tell you why woman sweetheart. Like I said, the ground rules.
The women need love.
All that is woman sweetheart because three things: sex, power, and money. That's it.
Who has the power?
The man, she looking for the power.
Or she want to take the power away from the man?
No.
Maybe you might be talking about a different type of power.
No,
I'm
yeah,
thinking
you
control.
don't. Right. So now,
See?
let me break this down, folks. See, this real talk. When I say woman sweetheart, they sweetheart in the way where they look for a man who has the power. And the reason why they sweetheart from man, some sweetheart from man with power.
Mm-hmm.
Let me put it right where it happens. The beginning is if I'm your boss on the job and you want to control the other people in the office, you're gonna screw me. So where you got power to control. So sweetheart and just do sweetheart because the man ain't paying you attention. There's all reason people sweetheart.
Educate me.
So, and then some people sweetheart, you know, most married men, they build these sweetheart homes and they do it underground. You all know what I'm talking about. So let me set this ground rules for you so we have this discussion and open. Then you have the one, you have the power, money.
I can't stop laughing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You got the power, the money, and what the next one I say? The power, the money.
And love.
No, ain't no love.
Yeah,
here.
you say love.
No, power,
Money.
money,
Control?
and control.
No.
No, I didn't say controlling.
No, you didn't
Oh,
say
okay.
control. I think
Sex. I just trying to check out. Yeah, sex. You were talking about sex. So,
Oh, okay.
good sex.
All right. So we look at the power. The
We got-
power are those that are
Mhm.
taking on sweethearts on the job
Yeah.
so that they can get
Yeah.
the control over the rest of the
People
staff.
in job. Yeah, and power.
Folks,
Yeah.
I wonder if anyone in our listening audience can identify with
Yeah,
that.
that's what happens. See, and most women like powerful men in man in position. All in days we used to say they like man in uniform. Remember that?
They still say that.
Yeah. Okay. So that's power. That's man with gun.
Man in uniform.
Yeah, man in
have
uniform have power. Yeah.
Mm.
So sweetheart.
So of course now that takes us in terms of looking at our leaders in our country, in terms of politicians
Right.
and pastors and all of those people with
Well-
power. 'Cause
well,
they
watch
have
this.
power.
But what's 85% them sweetheart? Listen, but
85% of
85 of them. I hit the ground. 85 of them. Let me tell you. The pastor in the church got power, you know.
Yeah, he does.
Okay, he got plenty power.
Mhm.
Because if he can make you bring in your money here, he can throw the usher, but he got power. See, understand. System, people go to the church for help. And so that's where he gained his power by counseling, by emotion, running emotion. So it's sweetheart with power. See, I talk about this power. This power ain't just, there's a whole compass of things, right? And I can break it down in money, power, how it operates. And then I can answer your question to let you know that woman scheme more than man. Let me tell you how woman scheme more than man. I was gonna finish my talk, but I had to get to you. Right? What's your name again?
Sophia.
Sophia, talking direct to you. Sophia, if you had DNA when my mother was born, and you had DNA when I was born, the DNA when I mightn't be my father's child, Sophia.
It might be discovered through DNA testing.
Sophia, many people around here, if you put the test out there, their daddy ain't their daddy.
Well, Tony, I know for a certain that DNA in the Bahamas would be a disaster because you talk about something about your parents' era,
Yeah.
and you know today
Start from them.
we look at our young people and they're out there and they're doing a number of things that the Christians don't approve of, but we know that many women have what an average of six baby daddies. Back in the days,
Exactly.
they used to have quite a few
So,
children.
right. So the more,
And so now, when
Sophia.
you look at why the woman sweetheart back then, I don't know if it's different from it is today, but if the man is absent in the home and her children need food and clothing, that's one of the reasons.
that's
And
what,
then a man come and he deposits some food and he deposit a baby and he move on, and then another one come deposit some food and a baby and he leaves. So
yeah.
is the setup different
Yeah.
today?
See, it ain't no different. Like I say, women get smoother. You know,
Oh,
like
but women are more educated now.
That's
so
why they
they
get-
shouldn't be
Yeah.
relying on the man to bring the food and.
no women. Listen, it works now. You know, the chicken in the bag and and the burger. Women waste now. And how the COVID-19, listen, it's went crazy. Let us go back to what we were talking about. In my mother's day,
Mm-hmm.
my father goes to the project. That's what they call it.
Yeah, a lot of men
project.
did go to Florida.
So
Different
I don't
parts
know.
Of Florida.
I don't know when my father gone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. My mother need love too. Love needs you. I don't. I sorry. I
No.
I'm telling you, it's real talk.
I look at you because I got the picture that back in the day, men were not so concerned about women having pleasure,
No.
only about themselves. So for the woman, it was giving the man pleasure,
Yeah.
as opposed to her experiencing pleasure.
Yeah.
Now, so today's young women, they're looking for the pleasure. equal
No.
to that of the man.
No. There's young women looking for no pleasure.
They're not looking for no sexual
Today's-
pleasure.
They're looking for money. What you talking about?
Why
You slow- Hold on.
you keep putting me in the doghouse.
Today's young women. See, okay, gone the days when you grew up, when your mother tell you wake up, go to
Must
school,
be really old school.
and be independent. The mothers is telling the daughter, listen to the words.
Mhm.
Don't bring me no broke man.
Mm.
Back in the day, the mothers would say this. See the difference. The
Back in
mothers,
the day, the focus was on getting a husband.
yeah. Not only that, the mothers back in the day say, don't bring me no black man. It's all totally different.
Ah. So you can't be black and you can't be
Oh,
broke.
yeah,
Is there a
there was
third
kind of-
key to that equation?
Yeah, and
No
see,
black, no broke.
no black, no broke man. See, and what you have to understand how sweethearting starts. So you
Tell
get to
me.
that.
Tell us. Tell us.
Sweethearting starts with a thought, first of all.
Well, like most things.
Yeah, it's a mind thing. It goes,
Mhm.
this man working, and he ain't paying no bills in here. And I gotta do everything. And I gotta do it. Then it starts from, well, you know, my girl is look sharp, eh? You see my girl? My girl is be on point.
So you got to get one boot
Yeah,
to pay
yeah.
to
So,
do the nails.
so and friendship, bad friendship,
Influence.
Yeah,
Influence.
because most people have bad mind, you know.
Most people
Have bad mind.
towards.
All you have to do somebody has to bring it out to you. Because
Oh, okay.
it's a thought, then somebody. So sweethearting, back in the day, sweethearting was sweet. Sweet to your heart. Sweet like sugar.
So now it ain't sweet to the heart.
What do you mean?
What is sweet?
Sweethearting now sour a lot of people backside. A lot of people. Sweet.
Well-
Hold on. No, I don't want to lose my train. A lot of people sweethearting now.
Uh-huh.
and don't want a sweetheart now
Why?
because they get in a certain situation where it's become stressful.
The demands are too great.
Yeah, because now here it is. Now watch how powerful this is. This powerful. Most men that sweetheart have another sweetheart.
Oh, and so therefore,
So the competition, you now have to step up your game see, to keep the wife off you
uh-huh.
and keep the sweetheart from taking your little piece of change. So you got this to be a sweetheart today, you have to almost accept anything.
Mm.
So, see, in the Bahamas is good to be a sweetheart if you ain't checking. If you just want to be the little piece on the side.
Oh, okay. It's more profitable.
Yeah, if your mind make up, you just can take a couple of dollars and get hit every so often.
Mm-hmm.
That works.
Could work.
That could work for you and the
So that's the difference now between sweethearting back then and sweethearting today.
Yeah, back then people used to sweetheart because they want what you get.
Okay.
Which they want what the woman getting.
Mm-hmm.
They want to take her husband. They take her husband's for now today. The young woman who's sweetheart, they want your husband. Because your husband.
They only want what your husband
Yeah,
have.
because your husband in sweetheart, your husband is weak.
Actually, that could be a point, because back in the day,
Could be.
Because back in the day, the man would stop to his number one, number two, and number three, and his final stop would be his home.
Right.
So in each of those homes, he would have gotten something, right? Food in one, maybe love in the next, and just a conversation in the third, and then he go home to sleep.
He won't share it all. See, everybody become on a timer.
Mm-hmm.
You become a timer.
Right.
See, because
But he spent time in each of those homes.
Yeah, but see, don't mix it.
Uh-huh.
Some sweethearts don't want the time because they
got to make a contribution too.
No,
They gotta
no.
gotta help in some
The
way.
woman, hold on. Some sweetheart realize that there's a man who's a respected man
Mm-hmm.
in his relationship. Listen to the words.
You mean in his home?
In his
base?
home base. He's a respected man.
Mm-hmm.
So he only got an hour.
Okay.
So he gotta come, do a little thing,
Mm-hmm.
probably pay a little bill, and then he going home.
Right.
Then you have is another type of sweetheart. See, that's the sweetheart for convenience. That's the
For
sweetheart.
whose convenience, may I
For the
ask?
man convenience. That's the sweetheart
Oh,
convenience.
okay. So
That-
that's a part of his
Yeah.
territorial
Yeah.
privileges.
That's the power of the man. He got the power.
that power.
Yeah, you get a little sweetheart in the corner.
Mhm.
That's a little top up. Right. And then the top up is the one that he see 3 times a week. And then he leave them before 10 o'clock. He home. He's a good man.
Mhm.
You can't tell me a good man. And sweethearting, like I say, is so sweet because you home, when I go home, you sow food. You got the food, clothes, cook, everything you got.
And the bar.
Yeah, you got. Yeah. But here's the problem. And honest and true, you know your man's sweetheart.
Well, I know back in the day they surely did know that there was a woman down the road who had 2 children and another one round the corner would have another 2.
Yeah, but see, and I can go into depth of sweetheart. I can go deep. See now, and sweetheart. Watch this word sweetheart. When a man realizes he married this woman,
Mhm.
and he discovered down the road, a couple of years down the road, that her sexual appetite is not enough for him.
That 75% is not in the home.
That's 75 in there. He gotta make that 25 cents. He gotta go.
You gotta get the 20.
He gotta go get a little shake.
Mm.
See, and most men who sweetheart, the real sweetheart, you got some guys who's a real sweetheart.
Uh-huh.
Most of them don't go to make a relationship.
Okay.
They go make a hit. The woman is catch feelings. and make phone call and say, "What you saying?" And he go, "Huh? Who is it?" See that? So they create the sweetheart. He never planned out the
Because
sweetheart.
he tries to satisfy her emotional needs. Is
Right.
that it?
Right. I come to give you
Lady.
couple dollars
So
and
now,
conquer and
why?
move. Because the Lord has made me a hunter.
So Tony,
I can hunt my prey.
you know what you just said, right? Now you understand why more women are sweethearting than men. Because
Sophia.
Because
There you go.
they smart. They realize the man only want a piece and he
Only.
going home.
A shake and run.
So, sorry, that just gave me a old school shiver. And why I say that is because in my past experience as a nurse, you now understand why STDs, sexually transmitted diseases, HIV and AIDS, gonorrhea, syphilis, all those things are not going anywhere because unprotected sex is a serious thing. Especially, see, when I say unprotected, I'm really thinking more not on the woman who is on the pill, because most men don't like to use condoms.
Right.
But the pill will only stop you from getting pregnant, but it won't stop you. And I could recount the cases where the wife was long in the grave and the man was still moving from pillar to post and spreading his joy along with his diseases.
Yeah. And most women, stick on diseases. Most women know their man's skin. Whatever they know. They know the little, they get the, what you call it? The
Irregularity.
Yeah, what
the
the ease
itch.
and the itch.
And,
Well,
and
they know. So the woman
but
know.
there
but
are some STDs like the chlamydia that you don't get any symptoms, and it's only because the man get the symptoms. And of course, just like how they're doing contact tracing with the COVID disease now, they do the contact tracing with STDs. That's one of the major contact ongoing year-round state of health in the Bahamas and around the world as well. But sweethearting, boy, comes with a cost.
Oh yeah.
From a health perspective.
Yeah.
But I am seeing now, and our society doesn't look too kindly on women that have multiple partners.
But this is sweet.
But they allow men to have as many as they want. Why?
This is sweetheart community. This is a sweetheart.
This is sweetheart nation.
The Bahamas is a sweetheart. This was here before us.
It was.
Yeah. So it ain't gonna change now. Freeport used to be called what? The Magic City. So the magic happened in Freeport. So anything was going at one point in time, you go there, this is where you go. Now you could knock sweethearting as much as you want because sweethearting have a lot of margins that you get in there.
Tell me how.
Because you know how much men would leave their wife long time they had a sweetheart?
Okay. So sweethearting helps.
Yeah, because
so ladies,
because if
it's a plus, it seems, according to Tony.
Because certain sweetheart wants no feathers being rubbed, and everything is cool and everybody play their role. Everything's fine. Today in society today, we talk sweetheart. Sweetheart is so unique to the Bahamas. If you take away sweetheart from the Bahamas, they'll crash. The fellas can't concentrate. They'll lose. It's driving. They go crazy.
Well. I'm gonna say that we probably have the what's that called? The copyright.
Yeah.
But it does happen in other parts of the world,
yeah,
and it is not only with blacks. Let's get that
not
clear.
As much in the Bahamas.
Not as much as. But what is it that caused us to be so sweetheart centric?
You have to break it down, and the way we break it down. One of the reasons that sweetheart is so prevalent in the country is this: we have a lot of liars.
Lying.
Yeah, our culture is a lying culture. And so
now, when you say our culture is a lying culture, what exactly you mean by that?
Because women never like the truth.
You better explain that
Yeah,
some more.
because if you check this out, if I come to you tomorrow
Mm-hmm.
and I say I like you
Mm-hmm.
and I want to have a relationship with you,
Uh-huh.
and then I say, well, I work on the dump truck.
Oh yeah, you talk about that.
Would you think would you think a young woman could tell me,
Child?
oh, you ain't got no money, child? Come
But
on.
not these days.
Who?
Not these
Who did?
days.
No, no, hold on. Let me change that word over if I get in trouble. The woman in your ear, they will accept anything now because they want to be out.
So you're telling me the young girls will reject a guy if he tells
What you mean? So I gotta lie to you just for me to win this woman. And say, see, so I start
and,
from a
and,
lie.
and carry them on
Yeah.
the $300 dates?
Yeah. So I have to lie together. And see, that's why. But if I tell her that I'm XYZ,
You
I
work in the bank.
I own this, she can say, oh, no with her toe, but yes with her belly. You see, I like it. But you saying, Jesus Lord, wait, what? I strike gold. So they want to know
but
because the power. See, because now I was one of those guys.
material.
Yeah, because
You have wealth.
I have wealth, so I have the power. I have power to make things happen for her.
Mm.
I also have power to make her feel good about herself. Because now she know I can take her from one stage to the next. So most likely, when that's why marriage is a problem. When that type of woman lack on that relationship, it is difficult for the man to get rid of because she ain't going nowhere. So she put up anything the man throw. The wife could come and break up the car. The wife could row. The wife that she go, child, I ain't checking for her. She could do whatever do.
You know, I think you just introduced our next area of focus in responding to a cheating partner.
Oh, cheat.
And the wife breaking up the car. I'm sorry, but I've always seen that as a senseless act. I'm old school, but I think
it might be
a
old
sense of pride.
But I get.
But you gotta come home to me, and when you reach home, that's when we gonna have the discussion.
But most women. Let me give you a story. I can shock you. I don't know if I should say this on it, but I can see it. And this incriminates a lot of men. Guys, this
Tony letting the secret out. Shall he or shall he
most not? Men already know that most women set a ground rule.
Yeah, all women.
I gave 3 tries. First try, you can see that. I gave a break. I gave
second time.
So the fella that figure out I
got 2 more chances.
I could get catch and she ain't gonna know that.
Ladies, you heard
so,
that?
Fellas, now you know I don't want.
That's education. That's a tip.
So I don't know if I get catch the first time.
No tree.
I could be all right.
First strike.
Yeah, and I get catch the second time. I'll be all right. But let me tell you on something, Bahamian woman. Listen to me. This is a textbook I give you. Once a man scheme on you once, you doom. Okay? He will scheme on you. He will go underground. And once a woman scheme on you,
she going underground too.
You're doomed. See, let me tell you why. Let me tell you. If I scheme on you, I fool with your psyche. I go deep into your psyche. Because when I come down and I get caught and we try to work that out, I don't know you're soft heart. I know that and you could be as tough as you play tough as you want. I didn't know you're soft heart.
Yes, man. Tony setting y'all up. Tony setting y'all up. He educating your wives. So no sweethearting after today. So ladies, you hear, listen to the tips.
So, like I say, the Bahamian woman, your sweetheart man, don't try to cut up and see.
So you talk about the sex. So why sex? Why sex for Bahamian women in sweethearting? Because I know you talk about the power.
No, sex for the man. Woman ain't woman money. Woman the money.
Oh, so woman, power and money.
See, it comes with common sense. See, don't Sweetheart ain't no fool thing, you know. This ain't just come about. This ain't just.
No, no.
This
no,
a real.
yeah, it's
This a real
historical.
industry, miss. This is industry. See,
The sweetheart industry.
I can talk with the woman now. Listen, woman has it. The sweetheart for a woman's industry. How it works is that. Think about this. You think about this.
I'm listening
As a woman,
intently.
you got 5 children, 5 different men, 5 different men, right? Ain't no way in the world you is going to take it on 5 children by
By
yourself,
yourself.
one salary.
It's
So-
almost impossible.
Yeah, so you got somebody
especially in
husband.
today's world.
Or you got somebody fella or somebody husband. And ain't no man fool enough to take on 5 children
That aren't his.
and say he can take on them. Trust me. So the dude you with is somebody else's man too, because he has hitting and running. Because he ain't that stupid to take on them 5 children he minds.
Mind you, I know of many instances where men leave a woman with 1 child for them and go and marry another woman
Yeah,
that
'cause he-
have 5 children with 5 different men.
Because he's safe. He's
But
blessed.
he leaving. What you mean he said?
He's safe. He's a good man.
But he leaving his
That's-
own uncovered to go and take care of
That's
somebody else.
That's that 5% man. Only 5% man do that.
Oh,
Most
okay.
most men today, they want to take on 1 child. You don't know 5.
No, they walk away from their own.
That's the problem in the country today. Most men walk away from their home, and
Why
mentally,
do they do that?
I can give you that by intelligence. Mentally, they destroy not just the child, they destroy the woman.
Mhm.
Mentally, a lot of these women you see around here, sweetheart,
Yeah, it's
In-
because of bad
mental, because of bad, relationships. And so they really don't care no more. And they tell you they love you, but in deep down they say, why throwing my heart out there?
Throw it out and you what
Yeah.
you say? Take my heart and you throw it up against
So
the
you only,
wall?
fellas, you only getting 50% of that woman. She can't be a good woman because she done been corrupt and broken. So you have to come, and biblically you have to come from the real fact of you gotta have God intervention. See, and you have to be a gentleman at first order. We don't have much gentlemen at the first order. We have let me tell you what we have in the Bahamas. We have professional guys who have professional jobs. They're well dressed on the job, well mannered, well speaking the job. Goes to church every Sunday on the board, well dressed, well speaking. Nice guys. They are demons. Because you won't like to know how much sweetheart they got. They're the ones who have the most sweetheart. They're the fellas. They always want society to make them look like good men. That's the cover. See, that's the cover up.
Oh gosh.
That's the shake. That's the fellas, and that's the fella who don't want no woman his age. He want that young with the titties stand up, and he want the one. He put them in expensive apartments, and he's the boss. He come when he could go. He the boss, and you would like to see this beautiful woman, young woman. He what did I say? Controlling, manipulating,
Manipulate.
right? Corrupting our society. That's what the fella with the money and the power now. That's what they do, you know.
But he must live a very broke life because how much money does a man make in the
No.
Bahamas?
These fellas I talking about can't be broke.
Oh.
These are the professional fellas. These are the fellas who make them 60,000 to 100,000. Them fellas, and they can build your home, you know. They can pay your rent and mortgage. These are the fellas, and you would like to see the beautiful wife they have and how they treat them. Oh, honey, you got their wife there. Oh, honey, oh, darling, you should. They demons, so many of them. Now let's go back to this woman. See, we talk about the man. Let's go back talk about the woman now. Right, woman scheme and all. Go on.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
The women, most of
I'm
them,
being educated.
yeah, most of the women scam because finance. There's no love. Listen, there's most finance. She get wrapped up all in emotion because she doesn't know she can't have this married man. Yeah, she know he ain't leaving anyway because he done tell her, honey, I can take care of you, you be good, but don't fool with the wife. Don't mess with that because the minute you fool with the wife, you're gone. So what has happened in the society, you got a lot of women who live above their men, who's struggling because they got 2, 3 kids.
Well, you know, it's the nail, there's the hair,
Yeah.
there's the light bill, there's the water bill,
Mhm.
there's the gas, then the car has to be paid for, and then they have to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The
Yeah.
meals must be
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And
And
of course, the outfits got to go to work looking right.
yeah, right. But then you got some we call underground sweethearts. The underground sweetheart is the sweetheart, but don't they the ones who last long because they do all
The right thing.
yeah they're the ones who real sweethearts. You call them. They're the ones who what the wife ain't doing home.
They make up.
Yeah, because they're the ones he could say, my wife don't do this to me. My wife don't do this. My wife don't cook.
All the
My wife-
complaints.
See.
All the complaints. Whatever he don't get on me, tell her, and she makes it happen.
Yeah, but see the man fool because he don't realize when he tell all that story,
Mm-hmm.
she listening,
True.
so she can do it.
So
to
he
keep you.
educating her.
Yeah.
Instead of educating
So
the
she
wife.
learning all of that he giving her, and she using that. So when he come, he say, well, my wife don't put my things in her mouth. He said, well, I can keep that thing in my mouth. So when she go,
But I think that's a form of manipulation in itself because the wife may very well be doing it,
yeah,
or she may not be doing it because of something that you did. And instead of you make it right at home, you go and you complain, and you sell a story, and she buys it.
okay. For the I try to help the wives. I try
Okay,
to help them.
please, yeah.
For
'cause
the
we are
wives
like,
who struggling with this,
mhm.
the first thing is, most times you got a man who don't communicate.
True.
You marry a man who
A
don't
lot
communicate.
of Bahamian men don't
Don't
how
communicate. So
to, or they choose not to.
when you come with your emotional issues,
Mhm.
it sounds like a Scotch record. You come with this foolishness again. The man going to sweetheart. He say, I coming right back. I go around the corner to the boy. See,
And
because
she's there waiting
because-
with listening ears
because-
wide open, listening to him.
because you come a winder. You come a winder. Like I don't hear
So who's whining, the man or the woman?
the woman become a winder.
Oh, okay.
So he going looking for his sweetheart because you become a winder. So you got to get smart. What you need to do, I tell you I can help you. Why are you looking at me like that?
No.
Okay. What do you need to do is communicate in a different way.
Okay.
Don't communicate with words no more. Communicate by action.
It's a non-verbal communicator here.
Right.
Every show he says action,
It
action,
works.
action.
It works.
Not words.
Trust me, if you apply certain things, it works. Certain things, it works.
Knock that sweetheart out of business. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
If you realize that your husband don't like certain dress you wear, instead of you saying, well, I buy this dress and two buy. The word is,
Take it off.
no, you ain't got to take it off. The word is, honey, what you don't like about this? And if he said,
Get him to say, so when you buy again, you would buy something
Right.
that
But-
aligns with.
but you
what
could
like.
soften it and you could say, like I say, I can help you here.
Mhm.
You could say, honey, well, okay, if you don't like this dress, buy me one. Just, you buy my clothes. And you know what? Even if you wear it when you're sleeping, at least you wear it. You wear it in the house, at least you wear it. See, you got to use the attack because the sweetheart are everywhere. Listen to this. The sweetheart are in your church, the sweetheart on your job, the sweetheart in...
Next door.
Let me tell you where
Next door.
your sweetheart are sometime in your home.
True.
So be careful. Work.
Even among your friends.
Yes.
You gotta put that
That's why I
in.
say in your home. They come in your. So you have to like take note. Stop whining. Take note. Some women gotta stop being stubborn. Somebody's stubborn. Now I am not giving the man right to go skiing because some men can scheme anyhow. Don't matter what you do.
That's true.
They gonna scheme because that's what they do.
Everything that you
50% of them are sweethearts
ask and
anyhow.
give,
They sweet.
50%,
You could get them.
that's
You
a
could
high
get them.
percentage.
You could get them sex on the Riviera. They can ski. That's just some of them blood because their parent was a sweetheart. It's passed
It's a
down.
generational.
It's a generational case. Only God could change that. So
Mhm.
you ain't know. You can't change it. So all you're doing is hurting it. That's why I said earlier, when you find a man sweetheart, a woman sweetheart, what you do? I say from the crack of the gate, you nip that in the butt because some people, that's all they do. They only know sweetheart.
So no 3 times. Nip it in the first
So-
instance.
So now you got these women who love money.
Mhm.
And you got some of them who work on your husband. Your husband try to be a good and decent man, but they Jezebel. You can't stop that. Listen, he show up to church. They show up in the nicest dress to church. You show up to the ballpark. She show up to the ballpark.
Yeah, just so conveniently, right? It's
She-
a coincidence.
She never sell food in her life, but she sell food. She comes selling food to the ballpark. You got some who just to be friends. They just come friends of the family, just to hit on their man.
to penetrate
Yeah.
your count.
And so,
Penetrate your count.
so you cannot. Women, let me tell you all. If you all think you all sharp, let me tell you sharp. I give you my story. See, because my story is a great story. When I used to do my food back in the day, and my girlfriend at this time catch up on me, come checking me out, and everything I do, she falling behind. She on my case. So you know what I used to do? So when I get the number, I say, oh Lord, she go in my pants, but she do this, she do that. So what I used to do, I used to get a notepad and put the number on the notepad and leave it on the counter. Now let me tell you how I used to put the number. If the number is 310 the corned beef, two
Oh
bag of
my
rice,
God.
three.
No.
So, and I put that there and I stick it on the fridge.
That's a grocery list.
Yeah.
That time is
And that's a number.
incognito.
So I know you go looking. Folks, so I telling you, I know what I talking. You ain't talking to the rubber stamp fella. I talking from experience.
But you never really say why men sweetheart you.
Oh, why men sweetheart?
Yeah, you talk a lot about the women. I know you say they sweetheart more, but saying that they sweetheart more and they have more, and you are such an expert on women, I must say. But
Yeah.
let's say, what about the men? Why do men sweetheart? We only have 5 minutes
Okay,
left. but-
man sweetheart because of, like I say, power. Man wants to know, once he has the means, he believe in his mind,
Oh,
he get anything.
okay.
The prettiest thing in the world. Don't
So
care if she
it-
married.
It's again
He don't
a
care if he-
mindset.
Yeah, he don't care if he's rough, a family. He don't care. That's not his game, man. He gets what he wants. If you look at Donald Trump, just use Donald Trump example for
So power is the main reason?
power and sex for man.
Okay. Because the 75 ain't being
Yeah.
mad at
Once a man sees something with these eyes are so powerful. Once he sees something with these eyes,
Keep saying you all are
He can't.
visual.
he can't get it on his head. He goes into bed every night and he thinks about.
My
"Hmm,
Lord. My
I
Lord.
wonder if, and we are hunters. We built to hunt.
Mhm.
we
And to
built-
conquer.
We built to run.
Y'all gotta
Yeah.
conquer what y'all said.
You
y'all
see
mind
that
to.
little, round hip and little, you see that shape, and behaving man like yellow woman for some reason. I don't know. They like a yellow
I
woman.
think that's our slave heritage because our mothers,
Yeah, don't
they,
bring that
they
back.
favor the little
Yeah.
fair-skinned grandchild, the little dark-skinned grandchild
Because
gets You know, they
Mm.
get a little love. Oh, Grammy love you, but come, come, come. The
Because
little bright one. Yeah.
because
The
sweet,
light skinned one.
that's sweet. That's see, and let me tell you, if you, it's like Coke. Because if you get something, some fellas say they take Coke, they get hooked.
A high.
So
A
the
high.
minute his eyes go on this woman, he get hooked. And if he get hooked, God help him. Because he can't, he will spend any amount of money.
And that is what caused the
Anyway.
wife have to show up and break up the windows and all that because he just hooked on this girl.
The wife could break up the window much you want. Let me tell you.
He can't.
All you do
You got to
is,
take that out of his mental.
all you got to do is wasting your time. Wife,
Leave the man because
wife,
he can do what he
wife.
want to do.
You could go fight for your husband because that's your husband. I
Yeah,
can't tell you
but
what to
after
do.
a while, you know.
But let me
Women
tell
get
you,
tired.
let me tell you, let me tell you what is happening. Some men, after you go after them, they say, "Oh, you love me. You ain't got anything." See, you selling yourself short.
Okay.
You deal with him in the house. Don't go out in the street, and that's not the way to do it. You deal with him in the house. And let me give you something to ponder. You could imagine this. Now, this might be a little jokey, but this real. You could imagine a man who pay all the bills in the house. You ain't paying none. But you live there. You my wife. You ain't paying no bills. But because I go on out and I'm a little sweetheart, and you catch me, every time I come home, you tell me, "Don't touch me. Don't touch." But I paying the bills. You can imagine that. So let me tell you,
Boy, that's counterproductive.
that's counterproductive. But guess what? So most men after that, they can let you live. You can live in hell after that,
Yeah.
because they can be so angry with themselves that they paying this bill, and I can't touch you. But why are you still here?
Punishing
You
yourself.
What are you
and-
doing
and
mentally
the
to
man.
me is more dangerous. You might suggest cut
Pack
me.
it in.
Yeah, I
Pack
might
it
say
in.
beat me. So that man now, every day he getting more angry. So
And you have an excuse to
one
continue.
one day he can stop begging you,
Mhm.
and when he stop begging you, only God can help you, because he can soon stop paying the bills, and you can be flat on your face. So woman, your little secret, your little secret sweetheart in the office, yours kick it to work. You know yours do your see most women do that. You do your little have your little sweetie to work. And you have to be careful because we saw an end, my time's on up, but I want to tell you, you have to be careful because what you throw to the wind,
Come back to the
come and
face.
bite you. Because you ain't want nobody sweetheart on you. So you better be
But
careful what you do.
It comes right back again to that complexity of mingling and placing so many persons at risk.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm beginning to think now, if you sleep with one boss, you probably sleep with two, you probably sleep with three.
Oh, but
So you're looking at 3 to 6 persons being affected by one sexual contact.
see, women go like this. You hear them all the time, folks. Just listen. You hear them all the time. Child, the next year I can have my house.
They're
Have you
working
tried?
on it.
Have you tried to wonder?
The industry,
Yeah, the industry. So you can find it in the industry. You can find the right fool in the industry, and trust me, 90% of the time, the woman comes at you though.
So Tony, from what you've said, it seems as if prostitution has relocated from the sides of the streets into the offices.
Everywhere now, prostitute on the job. Listen to me. Majority of people who get promoted on these jobs, especially women, sleep for it. There's only two things you do. You either sleep or you connive your way to the top. You either bury somebody So you rise to the top.
Well, Tony, that particular subject matter is something that we probably need to
On the job,
complete for
are they better?
looking at
How
job opportunities in the Bahamas and the way to get to the top.
and Sweetheart has taken a new turn. You're right. Sweetheart in the Bahamas, Sweetheart taking a new turn. I now changed the name of Sweetheart.
What you change it to?
When I see this woman now, the Corona coming.
Corona?
Corona has changed the game because everybody broke. Ain't nobody got no job. The bills gotta get paid.
So how does Corona factor into
The pandemic,
that?
the Corona, because if I ain't got no job, my child gotta eat.
Okay.
My child gotta go to school.
So in that case, the limited supply that the man has, how has Corona changed it? Now the wealthy is there,
Mhm.
and well, some of the offices are back open again, but for some time, a lot of offices were closed. People were without steady income.
Sweetheart now is on a rise in the Bahamas like crazy.
As a result of Corona.
What's the Corona?
I thought it would have caused a reverse because people are now forced to stay home, isolate
You
themselves.
ever look on the road?
Nah,
Let me tell you.
I've been home.
Let me tell you what on the road. The young woman looking more sexy than ever. You see them? They going to the food store. Only food store you going. They wearing high shoes. You see the tights they wear now? And every day they're on the road. Road full. Where you going? Where you going? and the pandemic
has caused
the hand is being pulled. And
so everything, all the night creatures are now becoming day creatures.
Exactly.
Looking for survival.
Yeah.
Survival.
You know. See what I like about, like I say, the underground Sweetheart.
Mm-hmm.
But like they bold. They don't hide their Sweetheart. They tell you. You listen on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
They tell you I read this couple of times. Somebody man can get take. They tell you that. So what they mean, in other words, somebody man will be paying this bill.
Yeah, they need a supplier.
Yeah. And but I don't knock them, No, I don't know. If a man fool enough to get dry. I don't blame him. See, because let me tell you why. If you big, dumb, and stupid, and you work, think about this, you work hard for your money.
Yeah.
And you gonna let somebody
5 minutes of pleasure.
Yeah, somebody come and shake and take your money.
Fool
And
you.
that makes you happy. All you want to do is be happy.
Yeah. Well, some people happiness is everything, and if they must spend their money to be happy, then they do it. I mean, look at the standard of living. Look at persons who are engaging in high-end socialization, going to the most expensive restaurants, driving the best car, but they're not investing in any long-term ownership of any property that would be able to be handed on to their children.
But you don't see something? Do like I do. Like I always say, do like I do. Like this weekend, let me tell you what they do like I do. You know I do my little census. You look around, all the food store, look around, and you see who in the food store. All the sexy girls in the food store, all the bright ones with long hair, with the people wigs, but all of that. And you ever notice how they get their bag on there? And they
very sophisticated.
Right, and they don't talk to nobody.
They got their game on.
Yeah. But you know what happened?
Uh-huh.
You never wake a day for anything, miss.
She don't have to because guess what? Eye candy, and that's what they call it.
Right.
Eye candy.
Her looks.
So and the guy's head are turning. And everybody is looking for an opportunity to say, "You look nice."
And the only time she care about you, who black and you, is when the guy dump her. Then she come look for a guy like me who nice and who care. Well, you done been out there, but you come nah, nah. And then and guess what happened? You want to marry me? Watch this now.
Yeah, because you can take care of me. You
Right.
can foot all my bills.
Right, but you marry me. Watch this now.
Mm-hmm.
But you ain't marry me for love.
Like you said,
You marry me to get back on your feet.
for you to take care of her.
Right. And when you didn't get back on your feet,
Mm-hmm.
you gonna sweetheart on me because you going back for the same.
Especially
Yeah.
if you ain't got your game on in
That's what
in the air in at the time when she needed to.
that's what they do in the Bahamas. And you got a lot of them, boy, get in trouble. They are called pass me round. You got a lot of them pretty chicks who gonna pass me round. You only pass them around from the highest bidder. Hey, pass me. They this law. No, they this accountant. Pass him round. And then when you see again, you're like, your mother said, well, she was just there. You're passing them. They gotta keep going because they gotta get taken care of. They have no money. And these girls might be educated, but common sense left them a long time. They ain't got common sense. A lot of people ain't got common sense, you know. Common sense has left the Bahamas because you see how things going today. Just watch it. Young people today, they want car. Just a minute, they won't wait. They want car. All the pretty girls running got car driving up and down.
Jewelry,
Yeah, they want.
name brand, everything.
Why would you?
Hey, from head to toe, including underwear.
One time ago they used to go in John Bull and buy $150 watch.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're going into David Yaman
Mm-hmm.
and they buying $3,000 hand bracelets in there.
Mm-hmm.
See, listen. And most times of the time, the fool man, he buying that
Sweet thing.
the sweetheart, the same fool man, and then your house mortgage you ain't paid.
Mm-hmm.
But because you started, you have to continue it. Because you don't keep this little sexy thing on the side of you. You gotta continue with that.
But Tony, you know, it's interesting, and as we wrap up, because you see families, husband and wife, that have struggled, they've invested, they've come together, and they go to the bank and mortgage a home for themselves, and 2 to 3 years later, the house is either abandoned or only one party lives there, and eventually the property is repossessed, or because the sweetheart.
Yeah, you ain't focused. You play in church. You're going to church on Sunday, but you ain't never asked God to sustain your little marriage and cover your house and cover. See, too much of us today like to show off. We we got this. You go to the bar, fellow. You show up at the bar. The first thing the fella can say to you, look at the boss. So now you thinking that all he trying to say, buy bear for all us. You feel you so big. So what you do? You put $100 on your pocket.
Throw it out there.
And then you see one. Then
drinks on me.
Yeah. Then you see one sexy gal in the corner. Now you gonna make this impression that
you got it. You got it.
You know you only got $300 to pay the bills, but you won't be the boss because one guy is the boss. Yeah. Yeah. And so when you spend all your money now, trouble at home. There's too many Bahamians are losing their home. We talk about it. Too many Bahamians losing their home because stupidness. Real stupidness. Go home to your wife. Sit your wife down. If you want a sweetheart, get a sweetheart you can afford. Don't go. See, go home, carry your children and your woman.
First things
money
first.
home.
First things first.
Say yourself, I got on $50. This is what I can play with.
Yeah. Hold on to it.
You has to. See, in the Bahamas, when we decided the show, one of the things was Thomas Bahamians was losing their home. Remember, Thomas Bahamians was losing their home. Thomas Bahamians were losing their wives.
Losing their minds.
They're losing their mind. So we create this show so we could help. Sweethearting is only sweet. That's it. Ain't nothing. You can't. Now see, I sweet. Don't look at me because I can say it. You can't carry that thing to the bank. You can't spend that. All you can do is ride that. That can't help. All I can do, get your mind off of that. You still got bills. So get your mind off that.
Yep.
Go home.
Discipline.
Yeah, go home, check yourself. Go home. Take care of you.
Create a fantasy in your
Yeah.
mind
Yeah, go home.
that what you have outside is what you have inside,
Yeah, go home.
and
Yes.
and work it.
Yeah,
Work it.
go home, sit your wife down, and say, "You crazy woman. I know you crazy, but listen.
You did say for better, for worse.
Yeah, we gonna wake this up now. That fella you got around the corner.
You got somebody.
You could keep him, but me and you gonna work this out. You keep him now. You keep him, but we gonna work this out. So when we work this out,
You know, young man ain't one. That's only a fantasy. That's if you have him, right? You saying keep him, but you know what you're saying, right?
no, hold on.
Get rid of it.
Hold on,
No,
you.
y'all don't want
Hold
y'all
on.
nobody bothering with y'all.
But she ain't fool enough to say she got it. You crazy?
Okay.
I ain't telling you. That's a talk.
That's a scenario.
Yeah, it's in there.
Yeah.
She fooling. But so what to say? But around the corner, see, it could work, and everybody
Only could work if they
will run to the church for this advice.
Mm-hmm.
Run to the church. It's okay. You go to church, but you know what you need to do? You need to run to your knees. Get them and run to your knees. Me and you married this together. I mean,
Let's work it out together.
yeah. Now, some marriage you can't solve. Some marriage you might as well say dead and gone. That's why the Bible has divorce in it, because some divorce is coming. So some can't work.
Yeah.
But the ones that you could say, the ones with simple, you got a simple situation. You rowing? What you rowing for? What are you rowing for? Anyway, our time is short.
Yeah.
Um,
So just get it right. Just get it right. Like Tony always say, communication is key.
Communication.
Discipline. Self make up in your mind what it is that you want. And Tony has given the ladies advice: do not tolerate it.
Don't
If
tolerate.
he cheats, make it
9
clear
times you tell you cheat.
that it ain't happening again. One time is mercy, okay? And after that, it's like, sorry, it ain't happening. So even though Tony is saying it will happen again, but if the man values you, he will do what is right by you.
If the man value you, he wouldn't do it in the first place. What he's gonna say, you know what? This gonna hate this woman. I love her so much. I will not do it.
Okay, so therefore, if there are some issues related to your sex life, then you need to seek some form of therapy. There are books, there are videos. Pastors aren't always equipped to give you the kind of advice that you have. But you have female friends. You know who you can trust from who you can't trust, right? You have older persons in your family. Men in particular, you got some issues with Tony, but you say, go and get some help.
Get some help.
Remember, we had the
Moringa.
pod, right? There are a number of therapies.
Where the leaf?
And I remember having a conversation, and it was with my father. He's currently 83 years old, and he had one of these pods, and my father is known to be the father of many.
Many.
Okay? Yes, he is one of those Bahamian men that have about 5 to 6 baby mamas.
Yes.
Okay? But he has spoken about this moringa having some potency in it. So men, find the moringa pod, not another woman.
Let me tell you what works. I tell you, I got the stiff cough You know the drink?
Oh yeah, the bush medicine.
So, but I can tell you something that will work. Try this. Try this. Get the, listen now, the name and the moringa leaf and boil it together. Give it 3 days to get in your system. I most guarantee. Hit me up and let me know. You ain't got nothing to worry about. You come and tell me, boy, you just saved my new life. This is Under the Tree.
Yes,
With Mel Tony.
And it's hot.
Next week, same place, same time, under the God-given tree.